Good morning. Hello. Happy Friday. Let me know you're here live. Say hi in the comments or good morning. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Come on, come on, come on. For those of you joining for the very, very first time, I'm Dr. Disha, cardiologist who deals with all matters of the heart, and the founder of the Path to Meditation Mastery and the Meditation for Female Physician group, Hearts in the Living group, Natural Antidotes Trust. I like to meet here Monday through Friday as often as possible, 7 to 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, Janelle. Yay, you're here. And to have a healthy breakfast for our souls. We start the day with that premise that we are not human beings seeking a spiritual experience, but we are in fact spiritual beings having a human experience. And so when we start looking at things from that place, our whole reality shifts. So let me turn this down here. I love this dance spot. Get me going in the morning. All righty. Awesome. Good morning, Rebecca. Happy Friday. Look at her with all her emojis. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. You know, it's so funny because it's like I'm like a super emoji person, and I wouldn't think that Rebecca is, but Rebecca doesn't. Because I think she knows her energy types. She's like, Disha's gonna like this. So you put all these emojis in. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, anyways, so perfect. One of the things that we talk about in the Path to Meditation Mastery is we do a deep dive into the 7 spiritual laws, which is, of course, based on ancient Eastern philosophy. And yeah, I love it, Rebecca. You're the best. She's such a good friend. It's awesome. It's Dr. Rebecca. So, and so what Deepak Chopra did is that he put together like a spiritual law of the day so we can just focus our energies. And Friday is Dr. Rebecca's favorite day. And there's something very specific here that I want to read to you. And so the Friday's law is the law of detachment. It doesn't mean disconnect, but it's detachment. Okay. And what does that mean? It says, allow yourself and others the freedom to be who they are. Do not force solutions. Allow them to spontaneously emerge. uncertainty is essential and your path to freedom. And the part of that statement that's really resonating for me today, and I'm going to share it, is allow yourself the freedom to be who you are. Buenos dias. Hello, Diana Mercado. Yay, we have a bunch of Dianas. Yes, yay, Dr. Diana. Love detachment. You got it. Who's that? I love it. So what's resonating for me today, I was up early doing meditation this morning and really connecting, and allow yourself the freedom to be who you are. And so something I recognized for myself, and it's maybe something that you may or may not relate to, but it's going back to my childhood, and I love my parents. And of course, all of our parents were doing the best they could with the tools that they had. And, as a kid, they said no to me a lot. I remember my mom, but anything I'd ask her, she'd be like, no. And I remember being like 7 years old, and like she's sitting in the couch in the den, and I'm like, your favorite word is no. You always say no to everything. And so they were super strict. And so oftentimes, and they're immigrant parents too. And so anybody who's had immigrant parents any parents, whatever. But my parents, since they're from India and they immigrated here, they grew up in a certain culture, which is so different from the American culture, right? And they were clinging to their culture too. And so they so badly wanted not to lose it. And so there were things that were happening in the American culture that they were not familiar with. And they thought, they were like, we don't do that. Right. I remember my dad looking at me and saying, we are different. Right. And the thought in my head was like, I don't want to be different. I just want to go to the mall with my friends. You're like 12, 13 years old, right? We are different. They do that. We don't do that. Right. And so what ended up happening was I would lie. I would tell my parents that I'm going to my friend's house, and then we'd go to the mall. We weren't doing anything bad, but just that idea of going to the mall, right? Like that idea to them was like, no, they can't go, right? And so I thought they were ridiculous because all of the other parents let their kids go. And my parents were just being those crazy immigrant parents, right? And so, but then this became a habit. Like I would want to do something, and if I even thought that they would say no, I would just lie and tell them I was doing something that they couldn't possibly say no to. And then I would just go do what I wanted to do. Never doing drugs, never smoking, never doing anything illegal, but it was just stuff, right? And so it's interesting how this can translate into today, how, I might want to go to something that is not bad, a spiritual retreat or something like that. And if there's somebody in my life who doesn't agree, who I foresee or who I create a story in my head, who I think, oh, they're not going to understand this and they're not going to want me to go, or they're not going to, whatever, I'll just like not tell them and go. And so this was a deep, deep awareness and recognition that I had this morning. I was like, ooh, that is my teenage identity trying to run my show. And this is ridiculous because I'm a 45-year-old, loving, wise, adult, mature woman who's been through a lot and knows better. And we have to be authentic. And so in the spirit of law of detachment, right? Allow yourself to be who you are. You don't have to be a certain way or do a certain thing that you don't want to please anyone else. Can anybody relate? Can anybody relate to trying to be something for someone else, which may not resonate? I bet you can. if you think about it. And there are some obvious answers in society in certain groups, right, who are different, who have had to be in the closet, right? And so sometimes you'll hear us talking about in the Meditation for Female Physician group, good morning, Donna. Good morning. And some of us, you'll hear me talk about coming out of the spiritual closet, especially in medicine. We are very, very careful. Yeah, Donna. Donna's been on spiritual closet for a long time. And we in medicine and in highly scientific fields, right, we kind of keep our spirituality or our connection to source, or maybe a little bit of our woo or whatever it is that you want to call it, in the closet. So we just don't talk about it, and we don't say it, or we just lie about what we're doing to people who we think are going to judge us, right? And so we don't allow ourselves to be who we want to be, right? This Diana. Yes, with ADHD, I felt like I had to mask all the time so others would not know that I was working hard to keep up. Girl, hello. Yes, ADHD right here, right? And so it doesn't mean that you have to scream from the rooftops, I have ADHD, right? And it doesn't, that's not what we're talking about here. It's just about not feeling badly, not lying. And so what does that mean? Not feeling badly. That means owning. So what's the opposite, right? Because whenever you say not something, the something is what you feel, right? So if you say not badly, all you do is feel badly, right? So whatever you want to feel good and honest and authentic and unapologetic and truthful about what's going on for you. If someone asks, or if you need to communicate what's going on for you with somebody who it may impact. Yes, the mask that we put. And this is another thing. Sometimes we may feel we put the mask of judgment on the others when it's just a story that we're creating. That is not true. Right? How do we know, right? Your authentic self is a gift to others. Rebecca is so good at just saying it. Yes. So exactly, because when we are authentic and open and allow ourselves to be who we are, we allow others the freedom to be who they are. Isn't that crazy? Yes. Yes. So think about it this weekend. Are there ways of behaving or coping mechanisms or defense mechanisms that you created maybe in your childhood, in your teen years, to fit in, to not ruffle anybody's feathers, to please everyone so nobody would get mad at you, right? Are there things ways of being that you created during those times that now, as an adult mother, maybe in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, that you're still carrying around with you that is actually causing you pain? Because it was causing me pain for sure to be in the spiritual closet. It's I gotta talk about this. This is what's going on, right? So think about it. All right, let me go through today's messages. September 9th. A life of turbulence and noise may seem desirable to one who leads it, but wisdom is a pearl found only in still waters. A life of turbulence and noise may seem desirable to one who leads it, but wisdom is a pearl only found only in still waters. And this is where meditation comes in, right? It's where we allow ourselves the time, the moment to connect with that stillness. September 9th, Ask and It Is Given. A big benefit from meditation. Okay, I didn't know that's what we were going to talk about, even though that's what we've been talking about all week, but here we go. A big benefit from meditation that you will notice right away is that things you have been wanting will begin showing up. This is very, very true. Now, why is this? Why does 15 minutes of just being set those kinds of things in motion? Because you have already been asking, and now during your time of meditation, you have stopped the resistance that has been holding it at bay. Because of your practiced meditation, you are now allowing your desires to flow into your experience. And so I can honestly say this is 100% true for me. I started my meditation practice in, I think, 2015 because I was a crazed mother who was sleep deprived and, primary breadwinner of the family and all that stuff, and navigating grief, all kinds of things, right? And it was only after I started meditating did the mentors that pushed me forward and taught me, did they start to appear in my life or into my awareness. And, some people call that coincidence. I don't at all. I know that just by taking those few minutes to allow, I opened up the floodgates to allowing the things that I really wanted and needed for my growth to appear. And so again, the benefits of the meditation are not during the practice. We're not looking for like visions and spiritual whatever, like an psychedelic experience. The benefits of a meditation practice come outside the practice in your daily life. So let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's see what she's saying. Oh, yes. So let's go ahead and take some of those minutes. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Oops, there we go. So get comfortable wherever you are sitting. Close your eyes and visualize your heart in the center of your chest with two nostrils, one in the right ventricle, one on the left. And let's go ahead and take a deep breath into our hearts. Breathe in and out of your heart. And as you breathe in and out, really conjure up those feelings of love, joy, passion. And breathe normally. And we're going to begin by asking ourselves 4 soul questions. Question 1. Who am I? Who am I? Second question. What do I want? What is my deepest desire? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Third question. What is my purpose? How can I serve myself and others? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Fourth question. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Again, allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Now silently repeat the following sentence. I am, and your first and last name. Now drop your last name and silently repeat I am and your first name. Now drop your first name and silently repeat I am, I am, I am. And we'll switch that to the vibration of I am, which is a hum, a hum, a hum. And now we'll begin the repetition of our mantra. So for those of you who have already been through the Path to Meditation Mastery and already have your primordial sound personalized meditation mantra, go ahead and start repeating that now. For everyone else, we'll use the mantra so hum. So we'll silently repeat so hum, so hum, so hum. As you repeat your mantra, you may notice that your mind drifts to other thoughts in your head or your to-do list. When you recognize that you're off the mantra, just gently come back to it. The mantra is a vehicle for your mind. So you gently come back to it, innocently going with the flow. So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. Please continue repeating your mantra. I will keep the time and I'll let you know when it's time to stop. Enjoy your meditation. Please keep your eyes closed and stop repeating your mantra and rest. Rest in existence. Rest in awareness. Rest in consciousness. Just rest. And as we rest, I'll pronounce 4 intentions. Just repeat them silently and release them into being. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. Lightness of being. Continue to rest. And when you're ready, you can slowly start wiggling your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes. Rub the tops of your legs. Give yourself a big stretch. And then bring your palms together to your heart center and give yourself a little bow of gratitude for bringing yourself here today to fill up on truth. It's like plugging your cell phone battery in for yourself. And so you charge up with authentic, true light. And so from this place, let's give a blast of love and light energy out to all of our family, our friends, our community, our city, our state, our country, to all of our patients out there, to all of our brother and sister souls that are on this planet. And then from there, we can give a blast of that energy out into the universe. And then from there, it boomerangs back to that pale blue dot. And then to us. I'll say namaste. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Don't forget to put your takeaways in the comments below. If you're watching on YouTube, for sure, go and hit like, subscribe, and share. And have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I'll see you back here on Monday. Sending you love. Mwah!